Hello and welcome from my side. My name is Lucas and I would like to present to you our company Helios today, and especially our product which is for solar water disinfection. Today I would like to present you our first product. We are a startup company. We've been around for 3 years, and this product is called WADI, which stands for water disinfection. And well, why water disinfection? Around the world, there are almost 800 million people who do not have access to safe drinking water. I've searched for the figures for Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia, there are almost 70 million people without access to safe drinking water, which is around 11% of the total population. Malaysia is a country not so much affected, as you probably know. But the surrounding countries, for example, Indonesia, Myanmar, Philippines, Cambodia, and Vietnam, are very much affected. So what's the problem about unsafe drinking water? We figured out 3 key problems. First of all, the diseases that are associated with unsafe drinking water. It is a fact that each day around 4,000 children die as a result of unsafe drinking water. This is more deaths than the combined total of AIDS and malaria and measles together. Second, environmental pollution. Many of the world's people who do not have access to safe drinking water boil the water in order to make it safe and free from bacteria and viruses. But this causes an enormous CO2 emission. And the third thing, which is interesting for governments, the high economic costs. This is not only caused by treatment, but also by foregone wages, because many people who are ill cannot work, children do not go to school and don't get the education they need. In India, for example, the economic costs of diarrhea alone amount to $25 billion a year, which is more than 2% of the total GDP. So what are the solutions? And I'm not talking about filter or anything other that's very expensive, but I'm talking about cheap solutions for the very poor people. Boiling of water is the most common technique. As you've already heard, this emits CO2 and is not environmentally sustainable. Chlorine tablets are another solution, but if any one of you had tried this already, it adds a very disgusting taste to the water. Nobody wants to drink that kind of water. And also, it is often inaccessible for the poor. Usually, chlorine tablets are only available from NGOs that cater for certain groups of people or certain communities. The third, and for us, the interesting approach is a method called SODIS, which stands for solar water disinfection. This method, about 25 years ago, was detected by the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich, Switzerland. And what is it and how does it work? First of all, the WHO and the United Nations say that solar water disinfection is a simple and easy water disinfection method. So they confirm that this works and that it's not dangerous in any way or harmful. How does it work? You take a normal plastic PET bottle of water, you fill it with any water that's contaminated with viruses or bacteria. So you can use tap water, well water, river, lake, anything that might be contaminated with bacteria. And you just fill it with this water. You take the bottle, you fill it, you close it, and you expose it to the sun. Also, you should ensure that the water bottle is transparent, like this bottle, transparent, and that it is free from any labels. So if it has labels like Coca-Cola or anything, you can just scratch them off. You clean the bottle, and then you expose it to the sun. And then all you have to do is wait. And the UV radiation of the sun will kill the bacteria and viruses in the water. This is certified by several institutions, and it works. As you can see, this method has the same effect as chlorine tablets or as boiling the water, but it's for free. It uses the resources of the earth, and it's very practical. The question now is, how long does it take for the sun to purify the water? The Swiss Federal Institute of Technology says you should wait between 6 hours and 2 days according to the weather conditions. They say wait 6 hours if there's sunshine, wait 2 days if the weather is bad. 2 days is really long, and the problem is nobody really knows when is the water safe to drink, when is it not safe to drink. Here you can see what it looks like if you apply SODIS. You can just take any PET bottle, you just place it anywhere where you have sunshine, which would be the optimal condition, and then you just wait. Now what are the challenges of SODIS? As I said, it has been around for around 2 decades, and so far 3 to 5 million people around the world use this as their main disinfection method. It might seem like a large number to some people, but considering the fact that there are 800 million without access to safe drinking water, this is a very low number. And we see the reason in the fact that people are uncertain if this method works, and that they are unaware about when the water is safe to drink. So what we developed is this device called WADI, which measures the UV radiation of the sun. So this is a solution for solar water disinfection. You can see it here in the picture. It measures the UV radiation of the sun. It doesn't do anything with the water. We just attach it to the PET bottle to make sure the WADI is as close as possible to the PET bottle. But as you see, you can apply this method with one device to many other bottles, as long as you make sure that the bottles are very close to the device. Now, how does it work? WADI measures the UV radiation of the sun. As I said, it doesn't do anything with the water. It's no filter. It does not actively do any UV radiation. It just measures. But it ensures the correct timing of the SODIS method. And we have found out that many times the SODIS method is much faster than what is suggested by the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology. What we have found in India, for example, was the fastest we ever tried. In India, we disinfected a bottle of water within 45 minutes, just using the sun. If the weather is bad, of course, it takes much longer. The most important factors are the sea level, so the higher you are, the faster the disinfection process is, and also the latitude. So the closer you are to the equator, the faster it is. In Austria, for example, if the conditions are perfect, it takes almost 4 hours, which is a lot more than what we had in India, because in India the sun is just much stronger. Also here, we are very close to the equator, so we suppose here it's very fast. Well, and what WADI does then is it measures the UV radiation, and then it compares it to existing data, which is stored in the software in the device, and then it lets the user know as soon as the water is safe to drink. And you can see here that there's a smiley face on the WADI. This is the moment of time when you know the water is safe to drink. In the beginning, the smiley face is sad, and there is only one progress bar, and it keeps blinking. And after some time, you have the second progress bar, and the third progress bar, the fourth progress bar. And in the end, after a certain UV radiation limit has been reached, the smiley face appears, and you can be sure the water is safe to drink. And this moment means we have a log level of 4 of a reduction of bacteria and viruses. That means that 99.99% of the bacteria have been killed and the water is safe to drink. As this is the same effect as chlorine tablets and boiling the water, this means that this is safe for bacteria and viruses, but is not safe if the water is poisoned in any way or polluted with chemicals. So what are the advantages of WADI? First of all, it is very easy to use, extremely easy. You can see there is only one button, that's a reset button. That's not even a start button, but WADI always works. It's solar powered. As you see, there's a solar cell, so you don't even have to turn it on. As soon as enough light hits it, it starts working. You just have to press the reset button any time that you start the disinfection process. It's inexpensive. We sell WADI for between 10 and 13 euros from Austria. That's around 45 to 60 ringgit. And we guarantee that WADI lasts for at least 2 years. maintenance free. So there's no spare parts, there's no battery, there's no chemicals, no filter. It just measures, all solar powered. Yeah, I've already said that. And last of all, another picture of how you use WADI. As I said, you just fill any PET bottle with water. Here you see a picture of the tap water. It doesn't have to be tap water, it can be any water that's contaminated with bacteria. Then you attach WADI, you screw it onto the top of the bottle. I can show this. So this is all you do. And then you press the start button on top of this. And then the important step is that you don't place it horizontally, vertically, but you place it horizontally. This is because the UV radiation of the sun cannot penetrate the water if it's a very large container. If you have a container of 50 liters or so, the water is very deep. The UV radiation can only penetrate between 10 and 15 centimeters effectively. So what we recommend is do not use any container that's larger than 3 liters of volume, because then you still have enough radiation at the bottom of the bottle. But what I said before, using only one device, you can use 10, maybe even 15 bottles, as long as you're sure that they are reached by the same sunlight. And then, yes, all you have to do is wait, and as soon as you have the smiley face, you're safe and you can be sure the water is safe to drink. We have so far signed distribution agreements in Mexico, some parts of Africa, and in Asia so far in Cambodia, and we're now looking for distribution partners here in Southeast Asia, primarily for Indonesia, but as we've seen the past few days, many people are interested in distribution in Malaysia as well. Thank you, and if you have any questions, feel free to